checked the DVIR. There's no apparent damage to the vehicle. The truck is safe to operate. The height of the vehicle is 8 feet. The clearance lights, headlights, and corner indicators are clean, clear, and unbroken. My hut sticker, clean, clear, and up to date, or clean, clear, and current. There's no apparent leaks under the vehicle, and the truck is not leaning to one side or the other. My radiator, securely mounted, not cracked, broken, damaged, or leaking. My upper and lower radiator line, which is the lower one is right here, and the upper one is actually on the other side. Securely mounted, not cracked, broken, damaged, and no abrasion, bulges, cuts, or leaks. My alternator is securely mounted. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's belt driven with no more than 3/4 inches slack on the belt. My water pump is right here, securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. All lines coming to and from have no abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. It is also belt driven with no more than 3/4 inches slack on the belt. Starting up top, my windshield wipers have the proper spring tension and blades are in good condition. My airline cluster is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and all lines are free of abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. That goes down to the air compressor, which is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. It is gear driven. Also, back there is my power steering pump, which is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and is also gear driven. This is where I check my oil dipstick. I'd pull it out, wipe it off, reinsert it, pull it back out, check the level if oil is needed. This is where I'd put it. The cap is tight. My power steering reservoir is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, filled to the proper operating level. The cap is tight and all lines coming to and from are free of abrasions, bulges, cuts, and leaks. My coolant reservoir is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, filled to the proper operating level. All lines coming to and from are free of abrasions, bulges, cuts, leaks, and the cap is on tight. My windshield washer reservoir is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, or leaking. It has fluid in it and the cap is tight. My steering shaft is securely mounted with 2 serviceable U-joints, has no more than 10 degrees of free play, and is not cracked, broken, or dented. My steering gearbox is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, damaged, or leaking. Lines coming to and from have no abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. My pitman arm, my drag link, and then my tie rod end, which is down here, are securely mounted together with the proper hardware and are not cracked, broken, or missing. My leaf spring hanger is securely mounted with the proper hardware, is not cracked, broken, or damaged. My leaf springs are securely mounted to the axle with 2 U-bolts. They're not cracked, shifted, or scissored. My shock absorber is attached from bottom to top. It's not cracked, broken, or leaking. My frame is securely mounted, has no aftermarket holes or illegal welds. My ABS line is securely mounted at both ends with no cuts or frayed wires. My airline or brake airline is securely mounted, has no abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. That goes into my brake chamber, which is securely mounted, not cracked, dented, or damaged, and is not leaking. My push rod and slack adjuster are securely mounted together with the proper hardware with no more than 1 inch of free play when the brakes are released. My brake linings are securely mounted, is not worn excessively down to 1/4 of an inch. My brake drum is securely mounted, is free of grease, oil, and debris. Coming up to the tire, it's worn evenly across. It cannot be a recap, and it has more than 4/32 of tread. The sidewall has no abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. My rim is securely mounted, it's not cracked, broken, damaged, and has no illegal welds or aftermarket holes. My lug nuts are securely mounted and has no shiny threads or rust trails, which would indicate a loose lug. My hub seal is securely mounted, it's not cracked, leaking, or damaged, and is filled to the proper operating level. My valve stem is securely mounted in the center of the hole, it has a metal cap, and I checked it with the tire pressure gauge before leaving the yard. That's A. Starting at B, my mirror mount bracket is securely mounted. It's not broken or damaged. My door opens and closes freely. My hinges are in good condition. My weather seal is not cracked, broken, and is fully intact. I have 3 points of contact, one here, in the steps. My steps are securely mounted and free of debris. My fuel tank is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, damaged, or leaking. The cap is tight, and for PA students, you would take the cap off. It has a metal chain and an O-ring. My battery box is securely mounted. All terminals are tight. It is free of corrosion. Down the side, I have 50% DOT tape. My floor is free of holes and appears strong enough to hold cargo. My cross members are securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and appear strong enough to hold cargo. My frame is securely mounted, has no illegal welds or aftermarket holes. My drive shaft is securely mounted. It has serviceable U-joints and is free of debris. My exhaust is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. There is no black soot, which would indicate a leak. Also down the side, I have my marker / clearance lights. In the back, starting with the leaf spring hanger, is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. My leaf springs are securely mounted with 2 U-bolts, to the axle. They are not cracked, shifted, or missing. My ABS line is securely mounted on both ends with no cuts or frayed wires. My brake line or air line is securely mounted with no abrasions, bulges, cuts, or leaks. My brake chamber is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and is not leaking. The push rod and slack adjuster, which are on the back side of the brake chamber, are securely mounted together with no more than 1 inch of free play when the brakes are released. On the inside, my brake linings are securely mounted and not worn dangerously thin, which would be 1/4 inch. My brake drums are also securely mounted, not cracked, broken, damaged, and free of grease, oil, and debris. My bud spacing is clear of any debris. My rear tires are worn evenly with more than 230 seconds of tread, and they can be a recap. My sidewalls are free of abrasions, bulges, cuts, and leaks. My rim is securely mounted and has no illegal welds or aftermarket holes. My lug nuts are securely mounted with no shiny threads or rust trails, which would indicate a leak. My hub seal is securely mounted. It's filled to the proper operating level and is not leaking. My valve stem is in the center of the hole with a metal cap, and I checked it with the tire pressure gauge before leaving the yard. My mud flap covers the width of both duals and is securely mounted. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged. To the back. My tail lights are clean, clear, and unbroken. My reverse lights, clean, clear, and unbroken. My license plate light, clean, clear, and unbroken. My clearance lights are clean, clear, and unbroken. My license plate is clean, clear, and up to date, or clean, clear, and current. My DOT bumper is securely mounted and has 100% DOT tape on it. At this time, would you like to help me do a light test?